In
A
fact,
very
I'm
good
not
morning.
supposed to sit for more than half an hour. Anyway, we'll see.
Okay, sir. Okay. A very good morning to one and all present here for the fourth day, sixth session of FDP Phase 2. Integrity without knowledge is weak and useless. The knowledge without integrity is dangerous and dreadful. Samuel Johnson. With this, I, Deepa Kaya, Assistant Professor, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, feel privileged to welcome you all on behalf of Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering for AICT sponsored 2-week online faculty development program on fostering ethics, moral values, and character building in technical education from 10th December to 23rd December 2020, organized by Department of Mechatronics. For today's session, we have an eminent personality, Dr. Suresha Sir, Principal, SVCE, Bengaluru, here with us as a resource person. It's my privilege to welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much.
It's a great honor for me to introduce such a renowned personality. Dr. Suresha Sir completed BE in Electronics and Communication Engineering from National Institute of Engineering, Mysuru, and did his Masters in Computer Science and Engineering at Basaveshwara Engineering College, Bagalkot, and got his PhD in Computer and Information Science from Vishweshwaraya Technological University, VTU, Belagavi, Karnataka. He has 14 years of industrial experience, 21 years of teaching experience, and is actively involved in research. At present, Sir is working as a principal at Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Bangalore. He is awarded with Principal of the Year 2018 from Institute of Exploring Advances in Engineering and Academic Achievement Award Best Principal 2019 from Education Expo TV, CRS, New Delhi. In his tenure as a principal of Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, played a significant role in getting re-accredited 3 programs and new accreditation for uh, one of the program in 2019. Instrumental is getting gold band rating to SVC as a instrumental rating from QS iGauge Indian University as colleges in 2019. Sir received grants of 10 lakh from VGST under KFIST level for WSN based smart grid for continuous power supply in 2016 to 17. Sir has given 30 guest lectures at various engineering colleges across India, including on NEP 2020. Sir had won number of responsibilities like BOE, BOS, Session Chair, Judge, BTU LIC member, external examiner for PhD difference. And Sir has published 29 international journals and conferences as well as 12 national conferences and published 3 books chapters. Sir, main area of interest is computer networks, wireless sensor networks, adapt networks, security, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, data science, and patenting. With this brief introduction, we would be delighted to be a part of the session, sir. And sir is going to enlighten us on the topic called ethics in workplace, particularly organization. Once again, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Thank you very much for
Now
the
I
nice
request
introduction.
Dr. Suresha sir to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Madam, am I audible?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Yeah. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir. Slides also visible. You can see.
Yeah. Good morning, all the participants. Again, today my topic is ethics in workplace. It may be an industry or it may be an academic institute or whatever it is. It's in general, I have considered workplace. I'm very happy at the end of the day, at the end of the event, if you have some takeaways from my session. So that gives a kind of satisfaction for me for sharing my knowledge. Okay. So any doubts you are having, please post your questions in the chat box, or at the end of the session we can have one discussion about this. I will start my presentation. Layout of presentation. So these are the topics I'm going to cover in an 45 minutes to 1 hour. Of course, not limited to this. I will be covering some more topics also. So I thought let me have only one slide for this. Presumption. So I presume everybody, all participants are professionals. Any background or they may be from degree or engineering or any domain, it doesn't matter. So I'm considering them as professionals. You are a member of a profession that has many worthy accomplishments. You and your profession can do much to improve your quality of life. You are responsible. So ultimately, for your growth in this thing, you are responsible. So this I believe, because in anybody's life, we can accomplish many things. So it all depends on how we are going to take things. So and at the same time, how much time you are going to contribute for to the growth of your profession in your life. So that matters always. So this is one statement always I believe in this. Ethical behavior is value driven. See, most of the times in our day-to-day life, an individual can be remembered based on his characters, if not by his name. So this is very, very important. We come across many people like this, but we don't remember them. So it's always better to remember this type of behavior also. So this is very important slide, I believe. So you can see the contents here. An algebra course will teach you on algebra. A history course will teach you history. A management course will teach you all the principles of management. But an ethics course will teach you to be an ethical. So what will be your contribution? How we are going to adopt ethics in your life? That matters. Really, it matters. So this is again another statement. Means justifies the end, where means is referred as the ethics. Always ethics justifies the end of everybody's life. Very, very important. In fact, we have to take it very seriously and we have to follow some ethics in everybody's life or in anybody's life. So this is one company. Starbucks has been awarded as one of the world's most ethical company in 2012. So why they have got that award is this organization is more inclined towards socially responsible. So even in industries also, there are some organizations where they can identify whether a company is ethical or not. So this is one example, very good example we can think of it. So then we'll see what is ethics. So again, ethics, like other words, many words have come from Greek, and again, this is also one among those words. So it has come from ethos. So ethos means being a character or behaving, decision making principle. Many meanings it has got. Becoming fullness of one's being and behaving, flourishing. So at the end of the day, if you follow ethics, you'll have some kind of happiness, or sometimes we call it as in spirituality, it's a bliss or satisfaction. So that will be there. And always you can be true to your consciousness. At the end of the day, when you're taking decisions and based on the ethics, you'll be more comfortable and happy. That will be there. So statements of what is right or what is wrong, which is usually are presented as system of valued behaviors and beliefs. So right or wrong according to your consciousness. Your consciousness is nothing but your ethics most of the times. So always in the ethics, we always say that you should listen to heart rather than listening to your mind or brain. So always, yet heart will never go wrong. Always it is right. That presumption you can take. So ethics encompasses work, play, family, education, community, politics, war, and worship. Any domain you take, ethics plays a very significant. So our ethics
Excuse me,
answers
sir.
vital questions. Yeah.
Sir, actually, voice is breaking, sir, in between.
My God. So 1 second. Madam, shall I log out and
Yeah.
log in once again?
Okay, sir.
Shall I
Because
do?
half of the lines are hearable and half of we can't able to hear.
Then I will log in and log out. Probably some
Okay,
network
sir.
problem.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Madam, is it visible?
Yes, sir. Visible, sir. Visible.
What about audio, madam?
Sir. Now it is clear, sir.
Okay, madam. I'll proceed. I'll proceed then.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So sorry for the technical glitch because this we don't have any control over this. Okay. So ethics ethics are present in all the domains. It may be a work, it may be a play, or it may be a family, or it may be an education, or it may be a community, it may be a politics, war or worship, whatever it is. So for all these things, we have got some questions. What is the purpose? What purpose should we pursue? What rules should we uphold? What choices should we make? What actions should we take? What should be the character be? What sort of culture should we shape? So, for all these things, only one solution is ethics, and always we say that you should listen to the heart. That is very important. Ethics leads to character formation also. That is the next step. But once you start practicing this, automatically other things will add to your life. So, one more definition you can see here. Ethics is defined as moral philosophy, or it may be a code of morals practiced by a person or a group of people. So if you are an ethical man, you never go wrong. So there is one thumb rule you can believe in that. And some of the examples in any workplace, so in each company, based on the ethics, they define certain rules and regulations. So that has to be followed. So obeying the company's rule is an ethic. Effective communication is an ethic. Taking responsibility is very important because some of the people you can see always they try to escape from taking the responsibility. That is not ethics. Accountability. When you own the responsibility, when you do something, again, you are accountable for that. So that responsibility also we have to take. And how professionally you are executing things. So that is where professionalism comes into picture. Trust and mutual respect for your colleagues at work. So always, whenever we are executing certain things, what happens? It's a teamwork. It's not individual. Even though leader is there, leader has to depend on its colleagues for the execution of the work. So there, giving mutual respect for the colleagues is very, very important. And always you have to trust your people. That is very, very important. Otherwise, you can't achieve anything. So this is where ethics plays a role. It may be in different forms. So you're following that and effective communication. How we are going to communicate with others with a lot of respect. That is very, very important. Communication with respect is very important. That itself shows that you are ethical and taking responsibility. Any responsibility if they give, you should be in a position to take it, and you should not murmur it in taking responsibility. Those things are very important in any organization for that matter. So ethics is something you either have or you don't have. So when you follow the rules and regulations of a company, you will come to know whether I'm following those ethics or not. So you are answerable for these questions. So see, this is very important. If you work really hard and are kind, amazing things will happen. So working hard itself is an ethical. Do what is right, not what is easy. This is very important because most of the times in an organization, when you are executing things right or wrong, plays a very significant role. And especially in a team, taking right decision or wrong decision, it matters. So it all depends on the leader. So ethics help us to take right versus right choices. How an employee shows their employer they are worth for their paycheck. So this is always, in fact, I have seen in many organizations and this thing. We should give back to the company or organization whatever we are getting every month. So if you are conscious about that, that is more than enough. In fact, best example for this is in previous almost around 15 years back when I was working in an organization, I had one my colleague and the moment and his nature is like that the moment every day he used to come to office sorry college and once he put his signature he used to tell me, oh, today I'm going to get my today's salary. See, that should not be the mindset. So we may be working for salary, at the same time we should see that what is that we are contributing back to the organization. That plays a very important. And employer also should feel comfortable and they should rely on us for execution of the work or to run the institute or to run an organization, whatever it is. So a good work ethic is an attitude that combines hard work, good performance, and dependable results. So work culture and work atmosphere or work responsibilities also we have to balance. So this is again, you should, when you're concentrating on your work, you should not compromise on your personal life or family life. That is also an ethic. See, we have to balance everything. See, work ethics is invisible employee behavior noticeable by its absence. So ethics are not visible, but they are invisible. If they are absent, it's very easily noticeable or very easily visible. So you can say that when a person is not talking to you with due respect, you feel uncomfortable. That itself is unethical. So that is visible. So that's what. So if ethics are there, you can't find out. That's how it is. See, another example says that is from an HR executive. I find few employees of my organization disclosing confidential client data to our competitors. This is not ethical. So this is where trust comes into picture. When an organization is having a trust on you, you should not deceive the organization. So one more example. Should the performance feedback session follow a corrective or punitive approach? So again, this is one more example. See, all these images plays a significant role in when explaining certain things, and all these images themselves give certain information to you people if you observe very clearly. All these are issues addressing a common workplace ethics. Ethical problems are inevitable in all levels of business. So, in an organization, you are bound to have ethical problems. Again, it all depends on individual how we are going to come across or how we are going to solve these ethical problems. Ethics is something that is learned and chosen throughout one's life. So, it, adaptability, that's what I'm telling. How we are going to adapt ethics, of course. Sometimes when you follow on ethics and when you are ethical, you have to compromise on certain things. कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है. The workplace, in the workplace, the senior management have a responsibility to set an example that reflect the company expectations. Always seniors and management should lead in following ethics. Top people are themselves or senior management or themselves are not following the ethics, you can't expect lower segment people to follow ethics. Ethics help a lot in effective productivity as well as a great balance of responsibilities in your life on personal and professional front. So this is very important. See, when you in an organization, if the organization is running well, and if they are following ethics, definitely there will be a productivity. So, in fact, in the latest part of my presentation, you will come to know that always, in fact, one of the organization they say very clearly, in an ethical organization, it's very difficult to achieve targets. That also, it's a contradicting statement. In fact, when I am putting that contents, in fact, it was surprise for me, but it is a fact. It happens. Because why now in the business always they say that you should say lies so if you want to do good business, but telling lies itself is not ethical. So this is where contradiction comes into picture. So it all depends how we are going to take it. That's what I believe. Ethics help a lot in effective productivity as well as great balance of responsibilities in your life and personal and professional. So if you follow ethics in your life, you'll be more comfortable and happiest person. You can sleep comfortably. That's what I believe. I have followed many times, and it's a very good practice to follow ethics. But certain times you may not achieve certain targets, or certain times you may achieve what you want to be when you follow ethics. But at the end of the day, it's good to have ethics. That's what I believe. That's what I can say that out of my experience. So when you come to know about all these things, why I put this question mark, you yourself can decide. In fact, you yourself can come to know whether you are ethical or not. You can think about yourself. See, the chief of Ryan has finished all his work for an upcoming banquet and receives a call from his mom, which he has not spoken within a while. So no one will notice if I take this call at work really quick. After all, I am the boss and I am the head of the schedule. So this is where in a situations where in a dilemma. work hours, can we attend our personal car? If so, you are justified. If not, maybe doing justification, injustice to your family. So it all depends. So ethics in two way. That is one is professional, and other one is personal. So ethics has a significant role in personal life also. Employees having strong ethics in personal and professional life need no explanation, unlike those employees for whom work ethics is growing problem. That's why. If you follow the ethics, you can work comfortably. If you don't lie, that itself is a very good thing. But in what happens now, if you don't follow ethics, in the everyday, day-to-day problems, you will have more day-to-day problems. And every day, every moment, you find something not comfortableness. So no comfortableness will be there, and at the same time, see, it's very difficult to explain. Sometimes, if you do grow in problems, minute to minute, you'll be having problems. So you keep on solving the problems. At the same time, you will not be achieving your targets. So that's what I said. It's always better to follow ethics rather than unethical. So, in what areas do ethics issues arise in today's workplace? It may be an internal relation or it may be an external relation. In internal relation, board or executive relations, manager or employee relations, human resource or employee relations. In externals with stakeholders, consumers, and customers. So, in any organization, these things play a very important role. So, common workplace ethics. See, always I said it is a teamwork always that matters. It's not individual. So, individually, if you contribute everybody, then we can talk of common workplace ethics. So it may be a professionalism, it may be a punctuality, it may be a responsibility, it may be a teamwork, or it may be an attitude, or it may be an integrity and loyalty. So how these parameters place in workplace ethics. So some of the things always they say that be on time, be polite, be respectful, be dependable, show initiative. So this is very important. Show initiative. Always you should be ready to take responsibility. Be dependable. You should depend on your higher authorities to do things in a proper way. So we should give respect to all our seniors. Be polite. That is very, very important. Punctuality. There is no remark for that. We have to be punctual. If you are punctual, then everything follows in straight line. So initiative is the ability to get a job done on your own without someone's constantly reminding you. People with initiative often come up with new ideas and ways to solve problems. Self-motivated people often volunteer for the challenging assignment. So when you are initiative before coming to the workplace, even in fact, I have seen certain people, even most of the times, even I follow this. Before going to office, even on the way to my office, I will think what are the works that has to be done on that particular day. If you do think in those lines, nothing like that, you can achieve your targets, and also you will be an ethics. You are an ethical person. So, how do we lead a professional life? So, always avoid gossip. Do not use profanity. Be trustworthy. Profanity is something to give a room for gossip. Avoid discussing personal problems at work. That's what I said. You should be more ethical in this. Keep personal phone calls to a minimum. Make them on your break. So at the same time, you can't say that you should not use your personal contacts, personal parts. So it should be a minimum. And you can do all those things during your break, lunch hours, tea break, or lunch break. So this is particularly for engineers. I can say that because we are all engineers, and I thought that we can have some ethics in engineering also. So, rules and standards governing conduct of engineers, a body of philosophy indicating ways that engineers should conduct themselves in their professional capacity, is the field of system of moral principles that apply to the principles of engineering, the systematic study of rules and ideas of the engineering profession. So, you may be a civil engineer, or you may be an IT engineer, or you may be a mechanical engineer, or you may be a software, whoever it is. Everybody has to follow ethics, and everybody has to follow certain rules and regulations of that organization where he is working. So this is very important. So why ethics are important? Growing dependency on technology and science, disastrous consequences, public trust and expectations, closely related to public and environment. Any organization for that matter, organization always depends on the employees. So to achieve targets, maybe science or technology and if you are in a if you are a government employee, so publics or Aam Aadmi will have more expectations from you people. So that is very important. So how we are going to address those things. So if you are ethical, disastrous sequences can avoid generally. You will not lead to that type of scenarios at all. So role of ethics in engineering. Engineers must perform under a standard of professional behavior that requires adherence to the highest principles. That's what all organizations will have some code of conduct for the ethics. The services provided by engineers should be honesty, impartiality, fairness, equity, must be dedicated to the protection of public health, safety, and these things are very important. These are some of the parameters. If you follow this, are ethical parameters, you can say. So this is especially ethics in engineering. It may be microethics or macroethics. Even in microethics or microethics, we have got individual ethics and professional ethics and social ethics. So these things always matter. So we will have ample time to follow all these things. Definitely, in any working atmosphere, you have to follow. Then only you can have some kind of job satisfaction. People, so certain people, they say that even job satisfaction is very difficult to define. No, if you are ethical, it comes easily. That's what I believe. It's my personal opinion. So, is it required to study ethics in engineering? In fact, some of the recent universities they are upgrading their studies. Even AICT is also saying that universal human values should be adopted in curriculum. In fact, some of the autonomous institutes from in third semester, fourth semester, there is a one or two credit courses on human values. So that's how, in fact, now the present society is not following this. There's a where education department also comes into picture, particularly Ministry of Education, the AICT. They have taken a call and they are trying to bring an awareness among ethics among all the students. From now itself, students are come to know about the ethics. It becomes easy for them to adopt when they are working. So even in the for the first year again, once the start classes are going to start, AICT suggests 21 days of human UHV, that is universal human values, to be taught for all the students. So that's how things are going in that direction. A lot of planning are going on, but we have to see how we can implement it. Again, this corona pandemic has affected all our plans. To develop moral competence in engineering issues, to improve your moral competence, to develop skills in articulating your own values, to provide others with the reasons for your actions and give you the means of questioning the values of others. So this is some of the things where you can follow ethics, or some of the ways you can follow ethics. So some of the principles how we can follow ethics means respect autonomy, do not harm. So this is very important. Even in spirituality, we see. Yes, I take many examples in spirituality because I believe more in spirituality. In spirituality, always we say that we should not hurt feelings of other persons. So this way, do no harm. That's what I believe. But when they are doing right things, you should not harm them. When they have done wrong things, definitely you can harm them. So their spirituality will not stop you in that. So there are certain occasions, even though person is not wrong and he is right, and he has to be punished. So that type of things we have to avoid in our working atmosphere. So autonomy is very important. See, each one is having respect for himself. We should not interfere in somebody else's work. That itself is ethical behavior. So when I do some work, it should be benefit for everybody. That's what Treat everybody just like you. So that means give respect to everybody. That is most important. Be faithful. So we should be faithful to our organization because the organization is taking care of us. That is very important. We should not ditch organization or we should not deceive organization. So within the allowance of some religions, so this again I don't want to talk about this because what happens now, many religions have different ethics. So again, it's up to you how we are going to interpret. That's why I've kept it black. So some of the ethical examples, taking credit of others' work. So offering a client worst product for your own benefit. Some examples are there. So offering a worst product for your own profit is a marketing business ethics. Taking credit for others' work is official working atmosphere. Example. So again, in the previously also I said you have got personal ethics and professional ethics. So you have to balance both. So in the personal ethics category of philosophy that determines if an individual believes about morality, right or wrong, deals with how we treat others in our day-to-day lives. So again, how we are going to lead our own consciousness life. That's what. In the beginning itself, I said we have to lead our life which is true to our consciousness. See, you are answerable for everything what you are doing. Somebody, you forget about others that you have to answer for somebody else. Forget about that. So you are answerable for yourself. If you follow that, it's more than enough. If you justify that. So when you are answering yourself, you are answering to your heart, not to the mind or brain. So that is very important because mind is very crooked. Always it thinks in negative direction, whereas heart always is true and it always thinks in the positive direction. There's a lot of difference between mind and heart. So be careful which one you are answering. Professional ethics involves choices on an organizational level rather than on a personal level. So adherence to the professional code. So whichever organization you are working, that organization may be having certain rules and regulations. You follow those things. See, always try to adjust for a system. This is very important. Do not try to change the system. This is where people are going wrong. Even when I joined this profession, many people have advised me about this. Even I remember that professor even today, because always he told me, Suresh, don't try to change the system. If you can't adjust for the system, quit the system, go and join some other institute or organization. That's what always he used to say. Even that's true also, because an organization has got their own rules and regulations based on their past experiences. So, okay. So we have to follow those things. That will be good for us also. So we should not try to change those things. Again, some of the examples, to be honest, have integrity, be responsible, tell the truth. Give credit where credit is due. This is very, very important to see when a person does some work, how you can motivate them to do one more work. Give credit to his work. Small motivational words, appreciations, always matters in the work. So when you come across a person, say that you have done this work is good, or give compliments to him, saying that whatever work you have done, it's good. And at the same time, you can give your own comments. Once you give your compliments and then you say comment, this could have been done in a much better way like this. So why don't you improvise yourself? So that gives lot of support for him to perform in a better way. So these things, as a leaders, we have to follow those things. And honest and integrity again, there is no substitute for those things. And always you should be tell the truth. So certain times, what happens now? Tell the truth is not so easy, but it's very difficult. But if you follow, you are more comfortable, and you can have a sound sleep. You can have a comfortable sleep. If you lie, then problems will start. See, anybody's health always depends on how many hours you are going to sleep. Okay. This sleep depends on how you have led your life throughout the day. These things matter. So from morning till evening, whatever work you are doing, you should be good one and you should be true to your consciousness. You can live a comfortable sleep. And you can have a comfortable sleep means you can, yeah, that sleep has its effect on your health. 6 to 7 hours, people, doctors say that or minimum 7 hours of sleep you have to have every day. It's not so easy to have sleep also. It's very difficult. If you want to have good sleep, And if you want to have good health, definitely ethics plays a role. Be courteous. You should be kind to your colleagues. Have respect. Give respect to all your colleagues. Family plays a very significant role as far as following ethics is concerned. Be harmonious. So this is very important. To live together and get along with everyone is a delicacy that will go along. See, if you are having a harmonious life, even in your personal family or even professional family, people will remember that life. So even when a person at the age when he's going to retire, suppose assume that he's going to working for 10 to 15 organizations or one or two organizations, you will remember the harmonious life. So in that organization, I was very comfortable. I was leading a comfortable life. That's how it is. Organization, see, this is where anybody plays a significant role. Okay. So do not change who you are to please others. So your individualness should not change just for the sake of pleasing others, or just if the company demands that you have to change. No, should not compromise on that. That's what honestly I believe in that. So, in day-to-day examples, software piracy, expenses account padding, padding of expenses in the copying of homework or tests, income taxes, borrowing nuts and bolts, office supplies from the employer. So, if you're working in an organization which using day-to-day things, you should not carry to your home. Plagiarism, copying of videos, using of copying machine. Plagiarism is very important. Well, I think if any of the participants are research scholars, I think you know what is plagiarism, what role it has got. So you have to be a bit cautious about that. So see, in the research also, again, you see at the end of the day, what work you have done, what is your contribution to the research, what is your own invention, that matters. So again, there, copy paste should not be there, or cut and paste should not be there. So these are the some of the parameters that anybody influences his personal character based on his mentor, based on his friends, family, media, religious peers. So parameters we have taken. So sometimes I may be motivated by mentor, so I follow simply my mentor without any questions. Chances are there. If your mentor is really good, you can follow it. That's what it means. Especially even spirituality, again, they say that it's a blind belief. So you should believe God. You can't cross question God most of the times. Okay. So if you have that type of mentality or mindset, definitely you can grow and you will be more ethical. So professional ethics, I'm talking about previously in general, I was talking about ethics in engineering. Now I'm talking about engineering ethics. So engineering ethics is the study of moral decisions that must be made by engineers in the course of engineering practice. The correct answer to an ethical problem will not be obvious, and at the same time, it's very difficult to find out a solution for a ethical problem. It's not so easy. Will require some analysis using ethical theories. Of course, it is required because when you got an ethical problem, only by analysis you can come to some conclusions. Again, whatever analysis you are following, it depends. There will not be a single correct answer. That's what I said. All ethical problems will have many solutions. So, which solution you are going to select? Again, there also ethics plays a role. We'll have multiple correct solutions with some problems being better than others, of course. So this is one organization where it defines a code of ethics for all engineering disciplines, maybe any domain. So there is National Society for Professional Careers. It's a world center for code of ethics. So engineers shall hold paramount the safety, health, and welfare of public. Engineers shall perform services only in the areas of their competence. Engineers shall issue public statements only in the objective and truthful manner. This is very important. So when you are representing a company and if you are allowed to speak, so you should be truthful to the organization. That is very important. Engineers shall act for such employer or client as faithful agents and trustees. That's what I said. In your profession also, trust always matters. Engineers shall avoid deceptive acts. So should be truthful. Professional obligations, engineers shall be guided in all their relations by the highest standards of honesty and integrity. Engineers shall at all times strive to serve the public interest. Engineers shall avoid all conduct or practice that deceives the public. Engineers shall not be influenced in their professional duties by conflicting interests. So, best solution for all these things is true to be your consciousness. True, always listen to the heart. So again, give credit. I think this reputation is not. So this we see what is a profession. So job or occupation that meets the following criteria from which person earns his living. So that is very important. Knowledge, organization, good. These things will define a profession. So who is a professional engineer? We have defined profession. Who is a professional engineer? Has a bachelor degree in engineering, performs engineering work, is a registered and licensed professional engineer, because this is where civil engineers comes into picture. Moral responsible way while practicing engineering. What is professionalism? What do you mean by act like a professional? So we have seen what is a profession, we have seen what is professional engineer, and now we are talking about professionalism. Professionalism is not a set of appearances, neatness, good or sharp talk. So nor it is just a technical skill, or many technical skilled people are not professionally professional. So really, so professional is a profession, member of a profession. Professionals are respectful for others to develop a reputation. Professionalism is defined by who you are. This is very important. Inner character, what character you are exhibiting. What do you do? How is your behavior? How others perceive you? How you give respect to others. So these things are matter. To be professional needs a strong work ethics. That's what you should have a willpower to lead an ethical life. So personal ethics focus on morals and principles, while professional ethics demand adherence to the corporate rules. So both things are important. So ethical dilemma. An ethical dilemma is a situation that will often involve an obvious conflict between moral obligation in which to obey one would result in disobeying another. So you can't satisfy all the persons when the conflict is there. So how best you are going to take your decisions ethically, that matters. So you can satisfy one, not all. So sensory reminders, how get along in the workplace, these things also matter. Monitor the volume of your conversation. Always when you're talking to other, you should talk politely. Your voice should be medium. You should not talk in high pitch. Keep personal phone conversations and emails to a minimum. This is very important, because most of the times the moment they come and occupy their chair, they will start taking personal calls. So that should not be the case. So maintain privacy, keep all workplace conversations professionals, avoid interruptions, use appropriate tone of voice. Remove slang terms and use good listening skills. Do not gossip. Cell phone, turn it on vibration. So this is also again ethical dilemma. Secrecy, whistleblowing, leaks, apology, rumors and gossip, lying, euphoniums, ambiguity. These are the things we have to avoid in any work atmospheres. That leads to many situations where conflicting situations. So always good behavior should be acknowledged. So you have to appreciate your colleagues for the what good work they are doing. So possible sources of conflict: personal integrity versus corporate loyalty, career, deadline, insufficient knowledge. So reality, this is what reality. You will face ethical conflicts. Your decision is final and irreversible. Your action will have impact on your society. Unfortunately, solutions to ethical conflicts are not so simple. So again, some moral skills, morality also is also a part of ethics. So moral awareness, clear moral reasoning, moral consistency, moral imagination, moral communication, moral reasonableness, respect for person, tolerance of diversity, moral hope, integrity. All these things adds to your ethical life. So we can see some differences between ethics and moral. Ethics is more individual assessment of values are good, relative, or bad. Morality is more inner subjective community assessment of what is good or bad. Ethics is an individual, morality or moral is a group. I should do in an ethical dilemma or what should we do in a moral dilemma. So again, as I said, morality or moral is also a part of ethics. Same things will repeat: honesty, integrity, kindness, and perseverance. So this is very important. See, this image speaks or communicates a lot many things. How important are ethics in today's society? See, it speaks and it communicates many things. So I was fascinated by this image. And when you browse, most of the papers have taken this as a reference. So importance of ethics in the workplace, this is again very important. Work ethics, you can see. Always tell the truths, do not destroy property, have courage, keep your promises, do not cheat, treat others as you want to treat, do not judge, be dependable. If you want to have ethics, you should have a work, you should be a worker, and you should have a workplace. These are all. So again, some of the characteristics of us ethics. See, attendance, punctuality, teamwork, of course, it is there. Respect for individuals, that should be there. Cooperation from your teammates is very, very important. Without that, you can't do anything. And reliability, dedication, productivity, and character. These are also some of the characteristics of work ethics. See, this is very important. The four building blocks of ethical culture: compliance, fairness, motive based trust, ethical working, and self concept. So, when you follow your ethical life, all these things automatically add to your life and you think that you are following all these things. Organization with positive ethical culture enjoy bottom line and top line benefits, including higher employee job satisfaction, increased legal confidence, increased organizational commitment, increased cooperation, increased change management success, increased attraction of high potential, lower turnover. So always an ethical company will have lower turnover. That's what I said. Because they don't want to lie in the business. Lower healthcare costs, lower legal risk. So they will not have much legal complications. So performance feedback sessions should be corrective in nature. So you have to act on that. Ethics, the main is evaluate the facts, think about the conflict presented, how many principles apply, identify applicable codes and code sections, compare different options, select the best options under the circumstances. So remember, it's very important. Only you can choose to be ethical, not anybody else. You can't represent to be ethical on behalf of you. You have to be. That's what I said. So remember, only you can be ethical. Okay. So this is now I'm in the fag end of my presentation. Some thoughts about ethics. So as a team leader, as a director in an organization, or top position in the organization, critically assess your own communication style and its impact in various situations. How we behave in our each and day-to-day organization, in our day-to-day activities, how we behave under various circumstances that matters, particularly when you are in the top position. So again, clearly, consistently, and frequently communicate the desired behaviors and why they are important to the organization. So top people always keep on explaining wherever it is possible what are the things or what are the expected behaviors from their subordinates. Hold people accountable for demonstrating these behaviors on escalating path. If somebody misbehaves, then immediately you should make him that person to be accountable. So ethics depends on the situations. In spite of training sessions on ethics, enforcement is ultimately left to the individual. So whether how we are going to implement ethics, it all depends on the leader. And finally, it is essential to communicate ethical values to employees. You are giving them to authority to take appropriate ethical decisions in any given situations. So decentralization of power is also one of the ethics. So impairing the spirit, corporate culture, imparting the spirit of ethics, maybe corporate culture, organizational policies, or individual responsibility, that particularly discretion, relevancy, accuracy, fairness, and timing. So things to remember, especially for the top people: willingness to listen to criticism, very important. Willingness to admit and take responsibility for ethical mistakes. Willingness to ask for forgiveness and take corrective action. This is very important. Whoever is there in the top position, they should have listening capacity to accept their mistakes. And act in a professional manner. Keep your professional life private. Do not steal. Do not waste resources. So thank you very much for your patent patience listening. And if you have got any takeaways from my presentation, I'm very happy. So if you have got any questions, I can take those questions.
As of now, there is no questions in the group, sir.
So, madam,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, there is no questions in the group, but the
Yeah.
presentation was really interesting, sir, because balancing a professional life with all ethics, moral, and they are given about no gossiping and don't waste the time in your professional when you're doing your work, and as well as how to behave, honesty, loyalty, discipline. I think the words are very much important for a professional. And if you cultivate, definitely the success will come behind us. Thank you so much, sir. It's a beautiful session. We have gained so much knowledge because each and every terms you're given some policies and what are the important points to be ethical in professional and how it will build the career of individual and the pictures you're taken, family, career, positive attitude. I think very important in life. How to get it into life and how to balance the system. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Beautiful
madam.
session, wonderful and a knowledgeable talk. Hope all the participants have gained much knowledge about ethics in workplace. Particularly, sir has given idea about organization, how we should be, how we have to incultivate the concept of ethics, morals in our day-to-day life being a professional. Thank you so much, and I thank all the participants. Once again, I thank Dr. Suresha sir for his valuable time and patience for giving a beautiful talk about the session. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Once again, I thank all the participants on behalf of Aicte-Svce College and the Mechatronics Department as well as on my own behalf. I thank you each and every person. And we have a afternoon session at 1:30 and the link will be shared in the WhatsApp group. All the participants kindly join in time. Thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.